Welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77Q, Colin Breeze, live with myself, the Honorable Ken Philbaum. Stellar's Collectible Shop inside Uniontown Mall owner Victor Mullick. And don't let me forget Fayette Friends of Animal alum the Duke. And before I forget, because I'm good at that, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, where it's about trust. With a wide range of automotives to choose from, we make your car buying experience enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. As always, thank you, Mike Kelly, not just for helping us, but helping out the community. And I wish I would have saw more Mike Kelly cars on the road, on the back roads I took to get here today, because it was a longer trip than usual to get in. All right, I'm rambling too much, sir. What's up?
Well, right now, it is crazy to say this. We are taping on Friday, June 27th?
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's all blurred.
It is 31 days to the start of Steeler training camp. I can't believe that we are already here.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So do you think Jonathan Taylor will be there? That was a random rumor that popped up yesterday. Did you hear that one?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I guess he wants money from Indy. They don't want to pay a 27-year-old running back a long contract. So for whatever reason, the Steelers, I think these teams like to float the Steelers as a trade destination just to up the ante to someone else, because the Steelers have bit in these situations.
One of the things I will recommend to everybody out there is when you hear rumors like this, if you're on Yahoo, just ignore them.
Well,
Yahoo is number one at the rumor.
Yeah, this was more than just Yahoo. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on in the shop, sir?
What we're starting to just get ready for a card show that's going to be coming up in August.
Oh, wow.
We're, my God, like two months away.
Yeah.
So the card show, we'll give you details as we get closer and closer. The store's been doing great. Cards are the same as they always are. They're extremely important right now. Everything's going good. I can't complain really right now.
Is that a Richard Simmons Funko?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
That has been here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop up and see me. If you're in town over the holiday weekend, come up. The mall's doing great right now as far as I'm concerned. We're getting a lot of work done outside.
Yeah, it is Richard Simmons. How about that?
Yeah, the Richard Simmons, God rest.
Yeah, how about that? He did pass away recently. So
what's up with this shirt?
Oh, it's called Style and Class.
Is this the Luau shirt?
Yes, sir.
The official Luau shirt.
Yeah.
So you were at the Pirate game.
I've been at a few of them recently. And I haven't seen yourself.
I was there Tuesday night.
Oh, you were?
I was there.
I was there too.
Adam told me that. I didn't know to even think that you would be there.
Speaking of that, well, yeah, we were supposed to get Topps cards that night, but they misprinted.
Is that what happened?
Uh-huh. Well, I had a side business in the area, so it was easy just to pop in. But regardless, speaking of Adam, here's your Skeens bobblehead, and the Tiki mug is for your mother to even us up on the Hawaiian shirt. So you don't get a Hawaiian shirt this year. Your mother's getting a mug because you were blowing us off on certain games. So that's how that's going to work.
Adam did a wonderful favor for me hooking up a computer. So once again, Ron thanks you. I thank you. If you have any internet needs, call Adam. Okay. Torture him with computer problems. No. He actually did a really good job, and I thank you for him. We'll square up on that after the show is over.
We're done. All debts are paid.
Okay, cool. So what do you think of the Pirates right now?
You know what? They're hanging in there. They're not dropping off, but they're not busting through the ceiling. It's going to be an interesting few weeks, especially when the trade deadline comes up. If they'll still go get Chapman, just do it.
I'm frustrated at this point. I never realized how much Connor Griffin meant to this team.
Already, yeah, that's a good point.
That is, it's a dramatic drop off, and O'Neal Cruz too. Those are two players that the Pirates right now have to make a decision on O'Neal Cruz. It's time. I know collective bargaining. We'll get into that later in the show.
Yeah.
But with the agreements, we don't know how to extend Cruz. You're going to folks have to put up with the goofball stuff, the problems. The guy is just that talented, and I think he deserves an extension.
I do like what I'm hearing from the rumblings that are out there. It looks like baseball is going to be getting its act together with not allowing more than 5 to 6 year contracts. Sounds like there's going to be a cap in place, shortening the draft and maybe force these guys into college, which I think would be the right thing to do.
That's the only thing you can do.
It really, yeah. I mean, and that's
the numbers that you would get $200 million to be divided up between the 32 teams in order to have an international draft and a domestic draft. So 200 each way. You let the colleges look at what West Virginia did in the past with the College World Series. There are programs that can handle the development of these players, and bringing up someone like O'Neal Cruz. What would he have done had he got the experience of college for 2 years at 18, 19 years old,
I mean, he
as
might,
opposed to being on a bus traveling from small town to small town?
He might be the exception, though, that maybe he was ready. A lot of this, for every one guy like him that's ready, there's that
But
thousands
maturity
that aren't.
levels with Cruz
Well,
are a problem.
yeah, well, that's a different one. With Griffin, it's different. Yeah, I mean,
Griffin was ready, but Griffin, Trout, 75% of the players in Major League Baseball who played in the minor leagues never get an at-bat in Major League Baseball. It's
amazing.
75% that you're paying for, that these teams are paying for. And one of the things I'd like to bring to the Pirates' attention, guys, $50 for this.
Hey,
this
you know
year's
what?
version of this.
So if they're
is
going to pay it, good.
$50. Yeah, this is why. Don't fund the minor leagues and make this stuff affordable. That's my opinion on that. $50 for a pirate parrot
Don't knock the hustle.
baby doll.
Stuffed animal.
That's insane. But that was the thing I left Tuesday night with is you got to be
So
kidding
I'll
me.
say this, I would have sold it to you for 40.
I understand the logic behind it, but how are you getting it cheaper?
And like I said, don't disrespect the hustle.
That's just $50 for that. Wow.
You've seen me in action down there.
So what do you think of the whole controversy of Skeens losing miles an hour off the fastball?
I think we talked about that off air one of these times we checked in. It's a good. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue setting in, or maybe he's pacing himself for the long haul because this is a year where he shouldn't be getting shut down the first week of September. He should be playing through October.
Did he pitch 200 innings last year, or was he on an innings limit?
I can't remember. He was probably on a limit. I want to say they shut him down early last year because because the hand they were dealt. They just fell apart at one point. Mm-hmm. So, and I could be wrong off the top of my head, but like I said, we'll see. I'll say this though. I'm watching that game last week where they gave up that inside the park home run, and that second run they gave up. I don't know. I think those guys were dogging it. I think there's some deeper problems going on in that locker room when it comes to Skeens. I mean, it was the case with Cole, but those bats and gloves would always seem to come alive once certain pitchers were coming out of the game, and that appears to be the case with Skeens. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to parallel this with an event that I went to with showrunner Adam. When Chase Claypool,
was there Tuesday or no?
No, I'm going back.
Okay.
Adam and I went to see Tom Brady play his last game.
I was there.
Heinz Field.
You guys rode with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Claypool stood on the other end of the field while the team was doing meetings on the sidelines. I don't know if you caught this or not, when they announced the starting lineup, and why did they announce the starting lineup on Tuesday night? Most of the players stood in order in the outfield, almost on the third base line. Osuna stood by himself on the third base bag. Wasn't in line with the rest of the players. This lends me to remember Claypool acting up and getting traded that week to Osuna being something of a problem in the dugout. It's just an observation.
He's got guaranteed money. He'll be all right.
But being a clubhouse problem, your contract doesn't matter.
I agree, though. I feel there's some dysfunction in that locker room, and I think it's carrying out on the field.
Could that be why Joey Bart was traded?
Well, you had a logjam at catcher, but they should have got more in return for him than.
That's why I'm asking about Bart, just to get him out of the locker room.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe he was. I tell you what, though, that's.
I'm real happy. I don't care what anybody says. I think Endy should be your catcher going forward.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I
think that's a great catcher.
I just thought they should have got more for Bart, that's all.
Again, if the Braves know that there's a locker room problem,
the
Braves are smarter than the
clearly.
current group. That's for sure.
Yeah, speaking of guys that never got a bat at the major league level, I was recently at a conference that Tim Tebow spoke at. And I had a friend get that taken care of. Yeah. You know what?
Are you being besieged on Facebook by him right now for that event that Jerome Bettis is at?
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, my Facebook, every time you turn it, there's an event for Christian people that's happening in Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool.
And Tebow and Bettis are speaking at it.
I'll tell you what, Tebow was a good speaker, and I had a fun moment with Tebow. I'm sitting in the third row. He's giving his speech. There's about 500 of us up there. And he's telling the story where, long story short, I don't want to give it too much away, just in case some of you were at a speech. He's talking about his time in New England. And, he, between his agent and Belichick, he's looking at me as he tells his story. He goes, well, I'm going to have to turn this down because I don't want to miss out on a chance of possibly starting here. And as soon as he said that, I busted out laughing. And he caught himself from laughing because he knew that I caught that you were not beating Tom Brady out to start in New England in 2014 or whatever year that would have been. So, but yeah, he was a pretty good speaker. So if you get a chance to hear him speak.
He does good work in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a chance to see the dress-up gala that he does with the special needs kids, it's one of the coolest things.
Everything
in the
he
world.
does is classy and top-notch.
Yeah, he's a role model, kids.
Yeah, he really
Pay
is.
attention to Tim Tebow.
And you know what? He could have, I really believe this, he should have lasted longer in the NFL. The reason he did so good in Denver was because he had a good coach that played to his strengths. That's what a good coach does. He plays to his talent strengths instead of forcing his will and system on people.
Interesting saying that with what's going to happen here in 32 days.
Yeah, right?
Let's see what happens there. So there's a quarterback. We were talking about this earlier today. There's a quarterback for what? The University of Louisville?
Well, Texas Tech, right?
You could be right. I'm not sure. Sorsby?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Would be his name.
What? Cincinnati, Indiana, Texas Tech. He's bounced around.
So what is his problem?
Well, he's not allowed to play football anywhere for money right now. That's.
Can he go back to the NCAA? Could West Virginia pick him up?
No. If any, I think all these. At this point, I mean, these lineups are set, projected.
The portal is closed.
Yeah. So I mean, he could go to like an NAIA. My understanding is a possibility, or Canada.
So how
or
do you
UFL
prevent him from playing football this year?
Well, and I'm glad you said that. Honestly, the NFL had the supplemental draft. I mean, you did it for other guys in the past, and I'm not going to single any of them out because honestly, I think those guys got a raw deal too, and actually the courts later agreed. So.
Well, the NFL decided that they weren't going to have a supplemental draft because they haven't had a player picked in, 6 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
So they
Arizona took a safety in the 5th round.
Decided not to go through the process of phone calls. Basically, that's what the supplemental draft is a phone call.
Yeah.
Do you want him or not?
Yeah,
so this is a blackballing if I've ever heard of one.
Well, it's just, we talked about this. My problem is the hypocrisy of, this young man has a problem doing this, but all these shows that are telling you about this problem are sponsored and promoting the thing that allegedly he has a problem with.
That's exactly
You are
right.
enablers, folks.
Well, when you dig down and you find out
Think about that when you cash your
FanDuel,
check and you preach your morals.
FanDuel and all of these guys are owned by the leagues.
Oh, by the way, I don't have a problem with the gambling. Now granted, I do have you shouldn't be gambling on games that you're playing in because of inside knowledge and whatnot. But then again, here's a random outside the box. By this logic, we shouldn't be allowed to bet on Steeler games or Pirate games or Penguin games because we get access to more information being local than someone in Kansas would.
I'm not talking down on the guys who report on the Steelers, but you're not getting football information from those guys.
Well, good
You're
point.
getting opinions, and
yeah.
you're getting swayed away from what the team wants you to know.
Yeah,
You're not getting that.
You know what?
You're
You were saying about Facebook something I get. I'm going to take this real quick, and then we'll get back on topic. But these guys are their opinions are about as valuable as these guys that go into these malls and knock them because they're not what they once were.
Yeah.
But you know what you never see from these content providers that do these videos on these malls? You never see the videos of the malls that they run that are very successful in their track record of running malls. So, but that's no different than these clowns that are experts that are flooding social media that in most cases never even played at the junior level, let alone high school, college, or whatever. So
Yeah, I had a wonderful conversation with George Von Banco, and we discussed a lot of what we're talking about here. And what's up, George?
Yeah,
Can't
how's he
wait to
doing?
see you again. He's great.
Good,
We
good.
had so much fun talking together.
Good
And
books, by the way. Get them.
those guys, yeah, especially.
Yep.
Anything written by George.
I've read 2 of them so far.
We discussed how he did the halftime shows for the Steelers for years.
Oh, he's been around.
He had access to all the
He's
players.
got credibility.
A lot of these guys you're getting information from right now don't have any access whatsoever
See,
to these
George
things.
has credibility, experience. These other guys in their mid to late 20s got a cool microphone from their parents for Christmas.
Yeah, if you have a chance on Saturday mornings, he does the local radio show. I'm giving him a shout out. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Listen to his talk show. That's real football information coming from a true insider, not some guy who stands on the sidelines and hears things third, fourth, fifth hand and then gives you his opinion.
Fair.
That's just that drives me insane. That's why I've said for a long time, a lot of people who bet on this stuff, and getting back to the betting aspect of this, you're getting misled in ways you don't even understand.
Well, and you know what? It's funny you say that. I think the reason me and my one buddy used to be good at picking these was we did not listen to that
Ignore
noise.
all of that stuff.
We kept that noise, and this was before social media, to where that stuff did not influence our opinions.
Yeah, back in the old days, you had a guy, and you went to see the guy, and back in the old days, we're talking dinosaur era. Myron Cope was basically the only guy who had a sports talk show. You listen to the evening news. That was the amount of information. That's kind of just to restate what you just said.
Yeah.
Today, and I warned you earlier in the show, don't listen to Yahoo at all.
Well,
they are the biggest proponent of false stories. Oh, dear Lord.
Well, let's be honest. All those platforms, they have an agenda, and their goal is to direct you into that direction. So.
And that's why these guys, the guys who are doing the interviews talking to players, are schooled by PR people not to say anything.
Yeah.
So they have an education in that world. One thing I do want to bring up and kind of alert everyone to is the gambler on the internet right now. Fanatics has created a website and a group of data researchers. If you badmouth a player for not hitting their number on a prop bet, you are going to go into a database where you could lose your ability to gamble. It's called Prohibit.
Yeah, you're going to be banned for 50 years.
But that's how this is going right now. Gambling is just, you're better off just betting $2 and just being right or wrong than trying to make money off
If you
this.
have it, and 1-800-GAMBLER. Don't get caught up in that nonsense. Put your money towards, you know, like you got the Fayette County Fair coming up. Save up and
There
get some
you go.
Almer's sausage like I plan on doing at my Fireman Street Fair tonight in Mount Pleasant. But, hey, you know what? We talked about a local legend, George Von Banco there. How was Doug DeCenzo? How's he doing?
Oh, he's fantastic.
Good.
The work that he did out at
Sorry,
Hutchinson.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was a great time. That field is absolutely beautiful out there. Pirates Charities, you did a great job. You brought a artificial turf infield to
cool.
the little field, the Grandpa Beaner field out in Hopwood. You still got the lake with the ducks.
Good.
That was where I grew
Keep
up
that.
playing baseball. And if you saw any of the videos from there, they now have, I think it's 6 fields out there, a tremendous walking track, little stream running through it. Go out to Hutchinson and spend some time out there.
Ah, it's good to hear. Yeah, keep it that way.
That was, and he's doing great work with the kids. Thing that impressed me the most about that is how some of these kids have major league swings at 10
Already.
years old.
Yeah.
So good job to everybody teaching the game of baseball.
Stay
It's a
away from
wonderful
throwing
thing.
that curve for a few years.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Because that might be getting back to the Pirates for a second. Could the Pirates right now be sitting Connor Griffin to avoid, in a Jared Jones style way, the Tommy John?
He started up at State College. He's with the Spikes right now, rehabbing.
But that's it.
I thought
it
about
sounds
going up
way
just to
too
get ice cream and to
familiar.
see him.
Sounds way too familiar to what they tried to do with Jared Jones.
Well, I'm
and
not.
Andy as well.
Well, you probably learn from you learn from your mistakes. Is this, this group come in together, just.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I almost went up just to go see him and get some ice cream because
So he's with the
State
playing
College
at the Penn
Spikes.
State.
Yeah,
Have you
yes.
Have you been up to the renovation to the stadium? Because it
Negative.
looks tremendous.
You know what? I've still got a little sour taste in my mouth with the coaching debacle. That they just,
Understandable,
yeah.
but that hole where the press box was,
Oh, no,
is
that
just
all looks
sealed
great.
in. Oh, that's
It is
gonna
funny
be
though,
great.
listening to them cry poor mouth with NIL, but they found $750 million to renovate their stadium.
We don't have Fayette campus around here as part of that.
Oh.
You could argue.
We are.
You could. Still, Penn State.
Yeah, they'll figure it out soon. So,
So are we going to training camp?
we'll be at training
Will the
camp,
Stellar
but
Show
hold
be
on,
at training
we
camp?
got something just as good, if not better, around that time. I'm looking more for it. I teased it, the Fayette County Fair. Are we in? All right, good, because I'm going to make an evening of that.
What day does that start, Rick?
I
Do you
passed
know
it on the
offhand?
way in. I should know this.
I will check.
It's late July, but yeah, we'll be there. That'll be the third year in a row. Like I said, I'm jonesing, as they say, for some Aumers.
Yeah, that was always a good time. Come out and see us at the fair. Go out when we're not even there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's always something good going on.
July 30th to August 8th.
July 30th to August 8th. So the Steelers start a few days before that. So we'll be
That's a
getting
big
both.
weekend.
That'll be a good doubleheader day. Steelers in the morning, because the Steelers practices are at 11 a.m. this year.
They're
Yeah.
at 11.
Yeah, that's McCarthy's running the show. That's what he wants.
Any word on what kind of defense he's going to run? What's Terrell Austin up to?
You know, I'll say this as far as defense. I think the Steelers are finally figuring out that they've been spending way too much money on defense. Waiting to see what happens with Highsmith. I think they need to move on from him so they could pay Joey Porter Jr. It's long overdue they do that.
I heard this somewhere. I don't know if this is true or
Paying
not.
a
but it
backup
makes
linebacker before you are a borderline all-pro cornerback. Keep up the good work.
a lot of the rumors that you're hearing about the Steelers trading Watt, Highsmith, blah, blah, blah. This next 2 weeks is inclusive with the past one. This is the dead period in the NFL where everybody in the NFL goes on vacation. So
And that's
nothing's going to
likely.
happen for 2 more weeks. Then when everybody comes back from vacations in that period is when the trades are supposed to
Look, you also got
take
some.
place.
You got some of these guys that don't sleep or do like Belichick calling Randy Moss at 2:30 in the morning of the draft. Hey, do you want to? We're going to trade for you. You cool with that? Yeah. So, yeah.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but this makes a little bit of sense that all the general managers take their families on vacation.
No, by all
at this
means,
point of
yeah,
year. So this is their break period. So don't expect anything to happen for the next 2 weeks.
It's going to be a long month for some of them coming up here soon because they got to put up with me for all but one day, I think.
You're going to every practice?
I have for the last few years. Why would I change that?
Understood.
I got to keep Mr. Khan and the rest of them in line. So, anything else, man?
Just getting ready. Pack Attack tickets will be available probably within the next 3 weeks. Tables and all that are going to go on sale. We're going to have a hell of a show. Come
All
up.
right. So, Yawk River Brewing, DJ Rick, get on the socials and check that out. What, Saturday this week, right? 90s night?
Yep.
Look at that. See, I'm on it. He didn't even have to tell me
Wow.
that. I was prepped on that the other night. There was a talking point at one of our local establishments. But that's a good time down there. Get down there. You might see the Duke. So come up and give the Duke some attention because he loves that. Anything else to throw in there?
I'm good.
As always, thank you, Mike Kelly. Rise Wrestling still next? Cool. Rise Wrestling is next. We'll see you.